If I told you that the biggest reason you're not rich yet has nothing to do with your salary, your background, your degree, or even the economy, would you stay with me for the next 20 minutes? Because today, I'm not going to give you work hard and save money. I'm going to show you the actual game wealthy people are playing, the one nobody explained to us in school. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. This is the most searched question on YouTube. How to get rich. But most people are searching for the wrong answer. Let's get something straight immediately. Getting rich is not about money. It's about leverage. Money is just the scoreboard. If you've ever felt like you're working hard but not getting ahead, it's because you're trading time for money. And time is capped at 24 hours a day. You cannot win that game long term. You will always hit a ceiling. The wealthy don't trade time. They build systems. There are only 4 ways people make money. You sell your time, you sell a product, you sell a service, or you own assets that produce income without your constant effort. The first one is active income. The last one is freedom. Now here's where it gets interesting. In today's world, especially in places like Johannesburg, Cape Town, New York, London, it doesn't matter. The barrier to entry has collapsed. You don't need a TV network to broadcast. You don't need a record label to distribute music. You don't need a bank to invest. Look at someone like Elon Musk. People see rockets and think genius. But what he really understands is leverage, technology and capital. Technology is code and machines working while you sleep. Capital is money working while you sleep. Or look at Mr. Beast. He doesn't just make videos. He built a media machine. One video becomes 10 clips. 10 clips become millions of views. Views become brand deals. Brand deals become businesses. Businesses become equity. The average person asks, how do I make money? The wealthy ask, how do I build something that makes money without me? That question alone can change your life. So let's break this down practically. Step 1. Increase your income aggressively. Before you talk about investing, before crypto, before stocks, you need cash flow. You cannot invest your way out of poverty with our 500. The first mission is skill acquisition. The internet pays extremely well for skills. Copywriting, video editing, sales, coding, AI automation, graphic design, content creation, digital marketing. These skills are monetizable globally, meaning you can earn in dollars while living locally. That is arbitrage. And arbitrage creates acceleration. Here's the adrenaline part. One high-value skill can double your income in 12 months if you become obsessed. But most people dabble. They watch tutorials. They take notes. They never execute. Rich people execute before they feel ready. You don't need 10 skills. You need one that you go deep in. The market rewards depth, not surface-level knowledge. Step 2. Turn skill into scalability. Freelancing is good. But freelancing alone still trades time. The goal is to convert service into system. For example, you learn video editing. You get 3 clients. Then you raise your price. Then you hire a junior editor. Then you build an agency. Now you are not editing. You are managing. That is the shift from worker to owner. Step 3. Invest aggressively once income increases. Now we talk assets. There are 3 main wealth vehicles accessible to almost anyone today. Businesses. Equities. Digital assets. Equities are ownership in companies. When you buy shares in companies like Apple or Tesla, you're buying ownership in productivity machines. Businesses are higher risk, higher reward. You control them. You build them. Digital assets. Content channels. Software. Ebooks. Courses. Automated stores. Notice something? Every wealthy person owns something. If you only earn and spend, you stay average. Now let's address the emotional side, because this is where most people lose. Getting rich is boring before it's exciting. The first year. Quiet. The second year. Still quiet. The third year. Momentum. The fourth year. People think you got lucky. Consistency compounds. Think about compound interest. If you invest consistently over time, growth becomes exponential. But most people quit in the linear phase before the curve bends. That's why adrenaline matters, but discipline matters more. You need controlled intensity. Wake up earlier not because it sounds motivational, but because quiet hours build empires. Track your income. Track your expenses. Track your net worth monthly. Wealth is built by people who measure. Now let's talk about mindset, not fluffy affirmations, but strategic thinking. Stop asking, what job pays the most? Start asking, what problems pay the most? Money flows to solutions. If you solve a small problem for 10 people, you make a little money. If you solve a painful problem for 1 million people, you build wealth. That's why tech founders obsess over scale. That's why content creators obsess over reach. That's why investors obsess over ownership. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Comfort delays wealth. If your lifestyle increases every time your income increases, you stay stuck. The wealthy delay gratification. They invest first, upgrade later. Drive the normal car. Live below your means. Stack assets silently. And here's something nobody tells you. Your environment matters more than your motivation. If you surround yourself with people who think our 20,000 per month is doing well, your ceiling becomes their ceiling. Start consuming different conversations. Follow entrepreneurs. Study financial literacy. Read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Study biographies. Watch long-form interviews. Exposure expands ambition. Now let's create urgency. You are not behind, but you are on a clock. The earlier you start, the less pressure compound interest has to carry later. Imagine investing consistently for 10 years versus starting in 5 years. That gap is massive. Time is the most undervalued asset in your 20s and 30s. And here's the final layer. Identity. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you become capable of handling. If you made our 1 million tomorrow with no discipline, it would disappear. But if you build the systems, skills, and mindset first, money becomes a byproduct. So here's your action plan after this video. Choose one high-income skill. Commit 90 days. Monetize it. Increase income. Invest the difference. Build an asset. Repeat. No lottery. No shortcuts. Just leverage and consistency. If this episode gave you clarity, understand this is just the beginning. This channel is about building real wealth, especially for people who feel like they started with nothing. You don't need to be connected. You don't need to be lucky. You need to understand the game. And now you do. The question is, are you going to play it?